All right, all right, all right. Welcome back, you inglorious bastards and magnificent. It is I, Doc Camo, and we're back for my thought of the day.
It has begun!
Today we're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about the stupid fist symbol that you guys, leftist BLM uses. You're communist. It's a communist symbol.
Winning. No.
I don't care what the left says about changing it or being different. I remember when the far right was like, "This is not the Nazi salute; it's this Roman salute." Yet, no, it's fucking the same to me. We're going to talk about California getting their weapons ban overturned.
That's how winning is done!
The assault weapons ban overturned. I should say, right? Yeah, the weapons ban faces a barrage of criticism. We're going to talk about the Supreme Court unanimously deciding that if you're here illegally, even if you get granted temporarily asylum status, you can't apply for citizenship because you came here illegally. You have to I don't know if there's a course of action for that. Um, Anticipating war, and I think we're going to go to war with China. We're going to talk about that. And then stay tuned for the exclusive clip for all you members. We're going to talk about the findings of the investigation into the Wuhan lab leak theory.
Winning.
But before we get into it, please like, share, subscribe, leave a review, do whatever the tools available to you on your chosen platform to help share us out there and boost us in that algorithm. We're on all major platforms, all audio platforms, such like that. Drop us a review on iTunes, on Amazon, Spotify. Like, share, subscribe. Check us out on our actual website and become a subscriber. That's at www.that'sapoint.squarespace.com. Link is in the description below. We're also currently going to be revamping the website. We're rebuilding it with a new company so we can do better things for it. So it's more interactive and easier to navigate for you guys. So stay tuned for that. As always, we get the shirt of the month that we're giving away to a random subscriber, and we get the Identify as the Trans Vaccinated shirt. We'll be giving that away to a lucky subscriber at the end of the month. It is June. We didn't reach our 1,000 subscriber goal, but we exceeded 500 subscribers. We're more than halfway there. So we're going to extend that goal out till December. Though we're going to try and get 1,000 by December. And we're going to try and get 2,500 members to start to help us censor. That will keep us completely isolated from the censorship machine.
That's how winning is
We can
done!
just keep operating no matter what. But without further ado, let's get into this first article, which is about the communist salute symbol. BLM clenched fist has little known communist history, as critic says, and it is. It's called the red salute. The symbol was of a clenched raised fist is ascendant among Black Lives Matter protesters, Antifa rioters, and the political left wingers. It's being flown at pride parades. It's being flown by black people. All these people that claim to be fighting just and ethical. You're communists.
Winning. No.
You're worse than Nazis.
You suck!
But critics of the symbol note its origins and long use with communist movements, a history so fraught that until recently many left-wing protesters hesitated to use the iconic image. It is a symbol used by movements that establish oppressive symbols, as every system established along Marxist lines has been. Murray Bassett, a former professor of government at Morehead State University, now with the Victims of Communism Memorial Foundation, told Fox News. So, like, they were hesitant because of this at first, but now they're doing it. It's because they weren't hesitant to do it. They were just hesitant to show it outright because they're walking us towards communism slowly, piece by piece by piece. But where they're walking us, rest assured, we are walking towards communism. Dante Wright protesters more rioting unrest. It's a different story. The raised fist is primarily used by organizations and movements that are heavily influenced by Marxism, broadly understood. And these are cultural Marxists. They're communists. The common thread in an understanding of all social, economic, and political relations as a contestation for power between a class of oppressors, i.e., a rich, white, heterosexual male and a class of oppressed, he said. Back in 2006, social historian Sheila Robin told The Guardian that the symbol had fallen out of favor. It symbolizes power clenched with the group, and since the 1960s, the left has felt ambiguous about the exercise of power, she says. No, ambiguous. The left has been seizing fucking power, left and fucking right. Like, that's all it care about. and they're fascists. I mean, they're not nationalistic, but they're fascists. They're totalitarians that can want there is no truth but power. That's just flat out what it is.
You suck!
The symbol. The symbol had got a negative perception after being used by violent revolutionaries and dictators. The symbol became so frightened with historical associations, the murky faction fighting on the left in the Spanish Civil War, the perversion of communism in the Soviet Union, and the tyrannies that emerged in post-colonial Africa, The Guardian reported at the time. It is now almost impossible for a Western liberal to use the clenched fist salute unself-consciously, Rothbotham said in 2006. So yes, they know that they're using this fucking communist system. They know they're communist trash, and we got to start treating. We got to stop using their terms. It wasn't a fucking autonomous zone. George Floyd Memorial. It's not an autonomous zone. It's a fucking no-go zone where fucking crime and murder and rape are happening fucking rampantly. That's what's going on in these fucking places. These people are fucking communist trash, and they need to be treated like they are. They're fucking ground troops, cannon fodder. They're fucking war. They're soldiers fighting a fucking war on our fucking streets.
Winning? No.
What is the history made of the symbol so unpalatable? The first printed versions came in the early 1900s with cartoons like this one published in the 1917s, but the industrial workers of the world were not going to click on that link. The symbol was picked up by violent communist factions as well as such as those in the Spanish Civil War. One 1936 poster from the communist-aligned Unified Socialist Party of Catalonia, PSUC, depicts four fists raised in front of a Soviet flag. Much of the fighting in the war involved leftist groups fighting each other. George Orwell, then a young British socialist who traveled to Spain to fight against fascists, soon found that the communist PSUU, a group behind the poster, denounced the group as fascists. I was about to say, George Orwell siding with fascism. Oh, anyway. When the communists gained control and began to hunt down my socialist faction, we were very lucky to get out of Spain alive, Orwell reported. I didn't know Orwell was socialists. I don't like socialists. I definitely like 1984, and that fucking dude was onto something. You should read it. Oh, yes. Orwell created an experience in Spain, helps inspire his classics 1984 and Animal Farm. Oh, Animal Farm's a fucking good one too, which took aim at communist totalitarian propaganda and its hypocrisies and lies. I think both of those books, they should be on the, we should be making our children read both of those books in school. In the Soviet Union, some propagandists got some creative. Then a simple raised fist. One poster depicted the fists titled red font, crushing a caricature of the Western capitalist. But in the 1960s, the raised fist symbol morphed to take on other meanings as well, especially regarding decolonization and racial issues. No, they did not change to take on other things. They're just the red fucking salute. Period. Just the communist salute. We are not adopting the leftist crap and modifying the fucking definitions for them. We're not playing by their games anymore. Those fucking terrorists are communist trash. The symbol was adopted by the Black Panther Party in the United States, which dubbed it the Black Power Fist. The Black Panther Party also described itself as Marxist-Leninist, using its own unique interpretation of the ideology. Anti-colonial movements around the world also began to use the fist around the same time as the Black Panther Party did. Iran released a poster featuring the fist 1 year after its revolution overthrew a U.S. black leader in 1979. Congratulations to all the Muslims and oppressed people of the world, the post reader said. Many other anti-colonists also used it, ranging from Mozambique revolutionaries to the International Union of Students commemorating 25 years of a struggle for anti-imperialist student unity. The first went out of fashion after oppressive tyrannies emerged in countries like Mozambique and Iran, but decades later, few members now symbolize and back in the style than ever before. On New Year's 2021, for example, the City of London's official net fireworks featured BLM fist fireworks. So that we're getting it. Here's a picture of that. That's fucking ridiculous. But if you notice, it's always Marxism. It's always Leninism. It's always communism. Always, always, always. Every time this fucking fist is using, these are fucking communists. In D.C. last year, mobs surrounded restaurant workers demanding they raised fists in solidarity. When one woman declined, protesters hurled abuses. In 2020, anarchists set up an autonomous zone in Seattle. Not an autonomous zone, a no-go zone. Stop using their fucking words. It was terrorists seizing plots of land, not allowing fucking police to go in there, where businesses got robbed, people were murdered, and women were raped.
Winning? No.
Where multiple people were killed, who the fist featured prominently. They also fucking segregated the goddamn fucking food plots for some stupid ass fucking reason. But I digress. We've already gone way longer than we normally go for a first segment, so we're gonna leave that here. But you guys gotta fucking stop fucking treating these people using their language. The leftists are fucking communists. Use the real language. You're a fascist totalitarian trash. That's the communist fist. That's a no-go zone. That's a place where crime and fucking rape is rampant. And we gotta fucking do that now. We gotta stop playing by the game. We gotta treat them like the occupying army they are, and we gotta unfuck this mess. I'm just saying.